As we sit in the comfort of our own homes, with electricity, running water and access to the world through the internet, we should sit for a moment and wonder what it is like for those people in Gaza who no longer have access to any of these things, which we actually take for granted. Thousands of innocent people have died and many more will follow. As we sit in our comfortable homes, we don't have to worry whether or not tomorrow we are going to die. We don't have to worry about our children and whether they'll be able to see their next birthday. Actually, life's, when you think about it, pretty comfortable for us. This conflict is a stark reminder of what will happen when neither side cares about the sanctity of life. What both sides are doing is genocide. It's not worth even arguing about who started this conflict, because it is so rooted in the past and extends back for centuries. It doesn't matter where it came from. What matters is that neither side cares about the innocent lives that will be lost. It always surprises me the level of inhumanity that mankind can impose upon itself. I don't understand how the taking of thousands of lives can be justified based on race, ideology, religion, or any other belief system, in fact. We should condemn all terrorist attacks because innocent people are those targeted by the terrorists. This does not mean, though, that those who respond to such attacks should have the same disregard for human life. This doesn't mean that we should ignore those who wish to harm us. We need to protect ourselves and we need to be protected, but only against those who wish to harm us. Random attacks on civilians, cutting off medical supplies, depriving people of food and water is genocidal behaviour. In the United Nations Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of Crime of Genocide, Article 2 states, "In the present convention, genocide means any of the following acts committed with the intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a nation, ethnical, racial or religious group as such. A. Killing members of the group. B. Causing seriously bodily or mental harm to members of the group. Deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. Imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group. And finally, forcibly transferring children of the group to another group." If we view Palestinians as the group, we can see how the first three sections of this statement relate directly to what the Israel government is doing in Gaza. Hamas is doing the same. Hamas has declared that it wants to wipe Israel off the map, and Israel has declared that it wants to destroy Hamas. Mehdi Hassan explains it well here in this particular video.
When it comes to quote-unquote intent in the context of the Genocide Convention, listen to what Israeli politicians and generals themselves have said. Cabinet ministers like Yoav Gallant, the defense minister, who said Israel was fighting human animals and ordered a complete siege on the Gaza Strip, no electricity, no food, no fuel. Or Energy Minister Israel Katz, who said no electrical switch will be turned on in Gaza, no water pump will be opened and no fuel truck will enter until the Israeli abductees are returned home. Or Heritage Minister Amichai Eliyahu, who said blow up and flatten everything in the north of Gaza and give that land to Israeli settlers. Or Israeli President Isaac Herzog, who suggested that the innocent civilian population of Gaza, 2.3 million people, half of them children, weren't so innocent because they could have risen up against Hamas. Members of Benjamin Netanyahu's governing party in the Israeli Knesset, like Revital Gottlieb, who called for the use of a quote-unquote doomsday weapon to flatten Gaza without mercy. Serving and retired Israeli generals like Ghassan Alian, who also referred to animals in Gaza and said, there will only be destruction. You wanted hell? You will get hell. Or Giora Eiland, who wrote that Israel needs to create a humanitarian crisis in Gaza, and Gaza will become a place where no human being can exist. Where no human being can exist. And if you think that's bad, Just listen to the man in charge of Israel's government and military speaking on Saturday.
You must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our Holy Bible, and we do remember and we are fighting.
That was Prime Minister Netanyahu invoking a biblical story in which the Israelites were told to exterminate, to literally kill all the men, women and children from an ancient tribe called Amalek. Not a great reference when we're debating accusations of possible genocidal intent, I think we can all agree.
There is one distinct fact that cannot be ignored, and that is both sides are involved in genocide. There will be no winners. Unfortunately, our political leaders feel compelled to choose a side. Why can't the side we choose be the side that condemns the inhumanity and the slaughter of innocent people? So as you sit in the comfort of your own home, ask yourself whether you are going to be supporting Israel, Hamas, the Jewish community, the Palestinians, or the innocent people, young and old, male and female, from both sides of this conflict, who are going to die. If you'd like to make a comment, please do so below, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, also subscribe, ring the bell for further notifications. Take care, everybody. Look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.